Hey guys, this is Heather. We are gonna make some hot smoothies. I put out a question on my Instagram stories a few weeks ago and asking what you guys wanted to see in November. One of the responses was hot smoothies. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I haven't tried making them before. I've thought about it because there's always this transition period where I go from smoothies in the summer to oatmeal in the winter. And there's sometimes a transition period between where I still want a smoothie, but it's too cold. And so I've tried to think of hot smoothies before, but I haven't had any success. So this time what I did was I looked up a whole bunch of ideas around the internet. I kind of mashed a few together, I tweaked them to suit my tastes, and I've got 3 ready to test today. I have not tried them before, so we're gonna make them and test them together. First one I'm gonna try is a chocolate chai, and I'm gonna brew some of this loose chai tea into a teacup. You could use a bag of chai tea. I would probably use 2 bags. I find loose tea is more flavorful. While that steeps, I'm gonna add about half a cup of almond milk to my blender, along with some rolled oats, teaspoon of cocoa powder or cocoa nibs, 1 big banana for natural sugars and potassium, and a spoonful of ground flax or chia for our daily omega-3. I can now strain the tea and pour it into the blender. Okay, that looks pretty good. Nice and frothy. So it's warm, but it's not super hot because there's part boiled water and part almond milk, and it looks tasty. Like, I want to take a sip out of it. It's super creamy because there's both oats and almond milk in here. I really like it. I could do this. This would be a great breakfast, and I love that there's oats in it because that's one of the main things I always try to figure out with hot smoothies is how do you make it a full breakfast? And sometimes I feel like I might as well be eating oatmeal if it's hot and there's oats in it, but this is a really nice flavor and texture that I think I like it. Yeah, it's good. Number 2, I'm excited because it's gonna be matcha, and I'm gonna use my Matcha Life barista grade to make a little cup of matcha over here. And I'm gonna whisk this with my milk frother, although you can use a matcha whisk if you have one. Into the blender, another half cup of almond milk or whatever non-dairy milk of choice. You can toss that matcha right in there, along with a couple of dates or some coconut sugar for sweetness, ground flax. And I was debating a banana versus nut butter. I've decided to go with banana because the only nut butter I have is tahini, and I think a banana will be nicer. It went a little brown. I think you could easily add some spinach or another green here if you wanted to. I was trying to keep it simple. Yum! That's really yum. It's kind of like, I mean, it's exactly like my regular matcha smoothies, but it's a little warm. I like it. And I haven't put dates in a while, but it gives it a really nice, fruity kind of tang. I like it. And nice and frothy on top as well. So that is because of my blend tech. If you don't have a high-powered blender, the oat one might not come out quite so creamy, and this one might not have quite the same froth on it. But if you just keep blending it, that was one of my rookie blender mistakes, is I didn't think about just keep on blending stuff. Whereas the blend tech turns it on automatically for 50 seconds, and by the end it's super smooth and creamy. If you use a regular blender and just leave it on for a full minute, you'll get a much better result than what I used to do, which is just blend it until it looked smooth, but it wasn't really super smooth. Last one we're gonna try today, I'm gonna add some boiling water directly to the blender. I'm gonna start with 1.5 cups and then maybe add a little more if I need to. Apple, just chopped in chunks. If you don't have a high-powered blender, you might want to use applesauce, which is basically pre-blended. Some fresh ginger, I've cut up chunks, although if you don't have a high-powered blender, you probably want to grate it and then juice it on something like this. A pinch of cinnamon, ground flax for omega-3, a handful of dried cranberries, because that's fun. And this one I do want to do nut butter, so we'll see how my tahini comes out. That looks really fun, very festive. I like how white it is, and I used a red apple, so the skin goes with the chopped up cranberry bits. But I think a green one would be nice too, because then you'd have little bits of green and red. Mmm. Yum. That is really good. The cinnamon really makes it. And there's tiny little chewy bits of cranberry and apple skin in here, even though I did blend this for 50 seconds in my blend tech. So if you don't have a high-powered blender, I would definitely try applesauce, or maybe bake your apples a little bit before you put them in the smoothie. That would be really nice too, because then they'd be warm. Oh, and the tahini totally works in there. I think there's enough other flavors going on with the fresh ginger and the apple and the cinnamon that it just kind of blends into the background and makes a nice creaminess. So whether you have lovely almond butter or cashew butter or just tahini, lovely. So all three of those were hits, I thought. I really liked them all. Why don't you give them a try? Let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. This recipe kicks off the November comfort calendar, dishing up one vegan comfort food every day. You can download your free calendar at a link right down below this video, and then you can follow along with the video recipes with me every day. Members get a full recipe PDF pack as well as weekly grocery lists. All the details are on the page with the free calendar. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Leave me a thumbs up if you like these hot smoothies, and be sure to subscribe so you get all my new videos every week. Go have a wonderful, healthy day, and we'll talk soon. Bye! Veganook, yeah.